Hello friends, today in this video we are going to see whether ChatGPT can create Next.js application with the help of Tailwind and can it create my website. So let's start. So with the help of ChatGPT we are going to design this particular template in our next application using Tailwind. Here is my hosting account. Here is my file manager where I will be uploading my website and deploy it here only once we develop that. And here is a chat GPT. So in my folder I will create a Next.js application like this. Let me write npx create next app, and I would like to give www.SagarMore.in as my app name. When you create the next application, it will ask you whether you want TypeScript or not. I don't want it. ESLint I want, Tailwind I want, and I don't want src folder. I'm using Next.js 13 here. I want a router, and I want to set the default alias or not. So I will say no, and it will create the application. Let it create the application. Till then I can show you in this folder the Next.js files and folder are being created. Till then we will uh, ask our chat GPT to create the layout for us. So we have this design. Here is our command prompt where we can see whether the processing is done or not for creation of our project. Okay, this is our design, and in this design what we have is we have a logo menu. So this is a header section. So I will ask ChatGPT to create header with logo at left and 5 menus at right. I will say responsive header with, okay, I will say responsive header with hamburger for mobile. I will say header has, or header should have logo at left and 5 menu at right. Okay, let's see what it creates. And here is our Next.js application created. We will run this application using Visual Studio Code. So let me open this application in Visual Studio Code, and later we will use assets provided in this design in our layout. So here is our Visual Studio Code. Let me run the Next.js application from this terminal. And to run the application, I will use npm run build. npm run dev I will be using, and to build the application we will be using npm run build. For now I'm running this Next.js application. This is our local URL which is getting opened here in our browser. Let it open, and till then let's see what ChatGPT has provided to us. Okay, so we forgot to mention that we need this in Tailwind, right? And that's why it has given CSS as well. I will say in Tailwind, and it will provide us the Tailwind classes. We also have to tell the ChatGPT that it should be the Next.js where the hamburger menu should work, right, on click. So I will stop here and I will ask ChatGPT Next.js plus Tailwind for this header. And now it will write the code for Next.js. We have Tailwind and we have also created the app. So we will directly start with the header. Okay, I'm not going to create the CSS for it. Okay, so what I will do, I will ask ChatGPT to create this in Tailwind directly. Create responsive header with hamburger for mobile, hamburger button for mobile. Header should have logo at left and 5 menus at right using Next.js and Tailwind. Okay, we have Tailwind implemented already while installing the Next.js application. Here is the code. So this code says we have to import use state. So in our page, since I'm going to use only one page to create this application, I will be using the page.js file, which is in app folder. And here the default Next.js application looks something like this. We don't need that anymore. So what I will do, I will delete the whole thing altogether. I will keep the main tag for container and all, and I will put my header here. First of all, I will need this use state. Okay, that is imported. Now I will ask this to include it in inside container. So this same code will be there inside the container. For now, let me copy this code and put it here. Okay, so this is our home, by the way, because we are going to include all our sections here itself. And let's see the output. Okay, so in order to run this at client side, since we have used use state, we need use client string here at the top as per the Next.js. And when I add use client, it will work. Yes, it is working now. So the logo is here, which we have to provide as an image. And there should be the menu as well. Let's see. Okay, so menu 1, menu 2. It is there. It's just that for now it is in hidden state since it is not open. For mobile it will work. Let's say we have this ChatGPT where we have asked ChatGPT to include it inside the container, right? So what it does, okay, it has created this division as a container. So this is container division. I will put here in our code at the top. I will write main tag to it, and I will close that main tag here. Like this. Okay, let me format the document and let me run the code. Okay, so it looks something like this. I will ask ChatGPT to show that hamburger menu only for mobile device so that we can see the menu, right? We can do it on our own as well, but since I'm demonstrating the use of ChatGPT, I will ask ChatGPT on desktop menus should be visible, and on mobile on click of hamburger menus should be visible. Okay, so it is writing the code for us. Do we have that use state here? Okay, we have that. Now what it is writing? Okay, it has finished writing the code. Now let's see what it has written. So it says on desktop, these menus should be visible, and on mobile, okay, when it is clicked, it should be blocked, otherwise it will be hidden. That's okay. We can just copy this code. We need to copy this as well. Okay, I will select this code. I will put it here. I will write main tag, or I can just copy and paste. So it was copied before. I pasted it. Here our main tag is closed. Let me see the output. Use client we have to add. We have added initially. Now we forgot. Okay. Now it should work. Yeah, it is. Menus are there and logo is there. So I have a set folder in which logo and other stuff is there for this website. What I will do, first of all, this gray background I will remove. So where is the code? Here, BG gray. So I will say black. So the header is black now. Okay, great. And in place of logo, I want this asset folders logo here, this one. I will rename it as logo.png. So I want this logo to be here in public folder so that I can refer this and it should work. Okay, logo.png is there. We don't need this Next.js stuff anymore. Okay, so logo.png I am going to use, and for that I will need image component of Next.js. So I am importing that. Import image. Image is a component available in Next.js. I will import that and I will put it here instead of this image. This should have height and width, that is required properties. I will put 0 for now, or we can put, let's say, 32, and width is also 32. We can customize it. I will just see first whether it is visible or not. Okay, so here is my image. It is not perfectly centered. I will see what happened. So this class I need to remove and it will work. Okay, good. Okay, let me see the design. So in the design, how it is I think like somewhat more bigger than our logo. Let me see. Okay, it is somewhat bigger, not this much small. So I will write the code accordingly. So let's say 50 and 50 for height and width. Okay, fine. This much is enough. Now we will write menus: about, project, courses, books, and resume. Okay, so we have menus ready, and as per the design, menus should be in white. Yes, they are in white. The font should be inter. It is inter font. What else we have? We have this gradient background. So for that as well, I have captured the gradient or created the gradient here. So let's say for menu, this class is there, which is going to add gradient to it, and it is of Tailwind. Okay, I can do this like press Alt key, hold it, and then make the selection. Then I can directly type the text and it will get applied to all. Let me see the output. Okay, fine. What happened? Okay, I know what happened. Actually, we have added the text size here somewhere, text 5 pixel, that we don't want. Okay, fine. Let's see the text now. It is somewhat near. I have to decrease the padding. So padding should be at, I guess, 2 for all. Let's see. We need to do the experiments in order to come to the conclusion, right? Okay, it looks much better, I guess, now. Now what we have next is that text is not visible, right? Okay, so that is there, but that is transparent, I guess. And we don't want this text transparent. So let's select this class. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now the text is not transparent anymore, but the text color, whichever is active, should be in black. So on hover, it should be blank actually. So on hover, this gradient should be applied. So what I will do is I will say hover colon. So when I do that, it will apply only on hover. So let me do that for all. Okay, so yeah, great. But on hover, the text should be black, right? And it should not be bold, I guess. Yeah, this is too much of bold. I think what we can do, we can keep it for now. If we need, we can make it normal. On hover, we want this text to be black. So I will write hover text black. So on hover, it will be black. Yeah, it is. Great stuff. Okay, good. This much part is covered. Now let's see if it is responsive or not. So I'm on mobile view and it is not responsive yet. Where is the hamburger menu here? We don't see that, right? So we need to ask ChatGPT to show us the hamburger menu. Do you see the hamburger menu there? I don't see that. Is that black due to which I am not able to see? Let's see it in the inspect element. So it's hidden and navigation bar. Okay. Hamburger menu is hidden on medium devices, but it should be visible on the mobile. But these lines are not visible. That means either they are in black. No. So we will ask ChatGPT to create the SVG icon instead of these lines, right? So let's write hamburger menu SVG icon, or SVG code for hamburger button. Sometimes ChatGPT takes more time to write. We will copy and paste this code and see if it works. Otherwise, we will say write it in the Next.js code. So let's copy it first and see the output. So this is hamburger. On click is here. Okay. And instead of these lines, I think it can go here only, but this SVG can go inside this. Let's see the output first. I don't see the hamburger here. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to work on it. Okay. Create this burger in earlier header code. So since we are not able to see the hamburger menus here, for desktop there is no issue, but for mobile we don't see the hamburger menu, right? So it has started writing it. Let's see what it writes. Okay. So I think it is the same code, right? Let me copy it. If there is any changes, it should appear here. Yeah, there was a change. We can see the hamburger now, and on click of it, the menus are appearing, but menus are not appearing below, right? So I will copy my code. I will provide it to ChatGPT, and I will ask ChatGPT to modify it such a way that modify code to show menu one below other on mobile device below the hamburger and logo. Menus should have full width and text center. Let's see. Let it write. Till then we can do some experiments here. Like on click it is working. That's okay. We want these menus to be one by one coming just below the other. Let's see if that works. ChatGPT is still writing. Here is my info I have created for to create the page, and here are my social media links. Okay, I think ChatGPT has finished writing the code. So we will copy this code. We will come here and paste it here. Let's see the output. Let it render. I think use client is removed by ChatGPT. We need to add that. Whenever you take a code or ask ChatGPT to modify your code, make sure that you check it again whether it is correct or not. Okay, so I will go to mobile view. Here I will get to know, oh, it is coming one by one. That's okay. Okay, it has full width. That's great. I think the logo should be at right. Logo should be at right, and this hamburger should be at uh, right, and logo should be at left. So I will say, I think float left to this logo and hamburger float right. Let's try. So this is logo. I will write float left, and this is hamburger menu. I will write float right. Let's see if it change. Okay, there is no change. What we will do is, let me inspect the code first. Okay, I will get to know what to do. Here is our logo. It is flex, MD flex row. Yes, good. Justify between. Okay, logo is in flex. This one is also a flex item. This one is also a flex item. Okay, container MX item. Fine. Okay, here flex call should not be there. For MD, it can be flex call, but not for mobile, right? Yeah, that is the change we need to do. We don't need ChatGPT for that thing. So for medium devices and above, it can be flex. It can be flex row on. It was right. MD flex row and flex. Okay, here also we need. So flex call we don't need. Okay, it is flex row. Let me refresh. And on mobile, we don't need flex call because we need flex row only, one by one, side by side. When I click on this hamburger, it is coming right. I will add the text align center to this, not item center. I will say text center as well. It will center align this text. Let's see what happened. Oh, it's not full width now. This thing, right? This is not full width. Li is of full width. This should be block and it will work. So for all the anchor tags means menus, I will say block. Okay, not here, I guess. We need to add it for this particular menu and not for desktop. Even if we add it for desktop, that is not going to cause any issue as such. But why to write it there? There we don't need it. We need it here for this mobile menu. Now this is desktop version and this one is mobile version. Let me click on this. Yeah, it is appearing correctly. Now let's have these menus names for this mobile as well. So okay, so about, projects, courses, books, and resume. Okay, great stuff. Now, yeah, wow, it looks nice. So yeah, good. It is looking good. I want to keep it minimalistic. Fine. Now we have completed this much of part. It is responsive. And what we have next? Okay, I need to take a section in which this header and all is going to be. So let's consider this is a 60%, this is 40% width. So I will ask ChatGPT to create 60-40 calls. I think we don't need to mention Tailwind again and again. Let's see. Yeah, it has written code for Next.js and Tailwind. But it is considering that header part as well. Okay, I mean to say create 2 calls. First is 60% and second is 40% on desktop and 100% each on mobile. Let's see. Oh no, it is writing that header part again and again, right? So let me rephrase my question. Create code for 2 columns using Tailwind classes. Okay, now it will understand, I guess, why it is taking the header part again and again, right? I will say not header code, separate small code for two calls. This gradient is nice. Okay, now it understood. Yes, it is creating the correct code now. Okay, I will copy this. I will come here. After this header, I will create a section. It is a semantic tag of HTML5. I will put my code here inside it. Okay, so let's write something in it. We can see the output. It should appear here. Okay, it is. So on mobile, it is coming one by one. For desktop, what happened? Okay, so flex fix call. Why? And my MD flex row, that is fine. Okay, width is 60, 40. No, see, here we need for MD, width should be, let's say, there are two columns, right? So we will say 60/40 is right, but the thing is, it should not create that empty space here. So I can ask ChatGPT, occupy full width, and for parent, right? Parent should occupy. So wfull is the class which they have written for the parent as well. If we write that manually, then also it is fine. But that is not uh, creating the effect that we want, right? I will write by 2, 1 by 2. Okay, it is 50/50 for now. Good. I think, see, first of all, let's make it 50/50 at least. So we are saying there are two columns. Each column should take one part. So two columns, one part each is 50/50. If we say we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 column, let's say. So this should take 3 part from these 5. This should take 2 part. Yeah, that is also fine, I think. Yeah, this one is considering 3 parts from 5 calls. This one is considering this much. I think that's enough. I think we should go and create our information here. So what it says, hi there. Okay, this one is good. I will write it here. Hi there, I am. Okay, then I will write SagarMore. I think I should write it in H1. Let's see. Okay, there is a paragraph also, and in that paragraph we are going to write the information. I have already taken this information out for this first paragraph. Let's write it in the code. Okay, fine. Let's see the output. Okay, so H2 is not looking like H1 is not looking like H1, right? So I will say let's say for this H1 class, uh, text 5 Excel. Is this fine? Oh, that is too much. I will just say 2 Excel. Or text LG will also work, but this 2 Excel looks perfect, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. That is what I need. If I write text LG, let's say, then what happens? No, text Excel. No, one Excel is not going to have any effect. No, yes, I was right. So 2 Excel is fine. Okay, so 2 Excel is this much. Then we will say bold. It should be bold. Font bold is the class. Okay, by the way, we have a gradient also for that, right? So I have already done the gradient for it. They are considering 5 Excel. I don't want to consider 5 Excel, but let's see how it looks. For now, we have taken 2 Excel. I will apply this class. We'll see the effect first. So this is too much. We need some smaller text, so I will say 2 Excel only. Right? Great. I don't want it to be center aligned, so I will remove this center line text from here class. Okay, fine. Now we don't want that padding 4. It can be for y-axis, means vertical, but not for x-axis, so it is in same line, I guess. Yes, it is. Okay, now there is so much space in our code vertically. It should not be this much. So instead of 4, I will say 2. Yeah, that's enough. That's a good space. Okay. Now what else? We have written the text as well. Yes, the text. Okay. By the way, our website is very wide, and here in the design is not that wide. Let's see. Okay, this will look like this. Okay, okay. Fine. I think if we want, we can also increase the MDPX 20. Let's see how it looks on desktop. Okay. Mobile, it is not going to have any effect. This is good on mobile. For desktop, I think this much is fine. Here, this padding is there, which I don't want. So for this, I will say don't add padding horizontally. Okay, that is fine. There should be a lot of space above this high there. So for the whole section after header, I will write empty, let's say 20. Is this space enough? Yes, that is. Okay, cool. So we want our image there. So this particular text has padding right, and for that I will write class name padding right, let's say 20, and only for medium devices and above. Yeah, okay. I think that's fine. 4 lines, 4 lines, that's okay. Now there is enough space in between the image and all. We need to move the image at right hand side again. So let's add the image first. Here we need to add the image. This is the code for image. I need to reuse it. Instead of logo, I will say SagarMore.in. This image I will take from here to somewhere. I think here in our code, in public section, I will put it here. SagarMore.png is our image name. I will say 00 for now. And for class name, I will write first class name w full to take full width. Let's see. Okay, this is because we have given 0, 0, right, to height and width. So if it is anyways going to consider full width, why not write 500 just to maintain the quality of the image? This much is fine. For this also we can write that. So here 50 instead of, I will say 100 by 100, but that is actually going to increase the image. Okay, here in the logo like this. I don't want that, right? So I will undo that. Anyways, that is not visible. This text is visible and this image. So what we have next is decrease the image width. So we will say half, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is this much. Yeah, we want that much only. And I will say float right to this image. Okay, great. It's fine. Image is there. It is starting from high there. I am. Yes. It is ending below. Yes, it is. And do we want to increase the width? Let me see. Let's see if we want, we can increase, or we can write this much of space. This much will be too much, I guess. Yeah, this much is fine. Yeah, perfect. Now what we have, and is this responsive? Yeah, so on mobile we have to move this from right to center, and to do that I will write md. So for medium devices only it should float, otherwise it is going to be at center. So I will say mx atom, but yeah, correct. Okay, fine, it is good. And on mobile, this image should have some space from top, so I will say empty. I think 10 is fine, but empty 0 is for medium and above, and for mobile it should be empty 10. So it has created that space from top. Hamburger menus are also appearing, space is there, and on desktop it is looking good. Fine. Now we need to create these 4 buttons. Okay. Let me ask ChatGPT about that as well. So create 4 buttons side by side for what is there in the design: GitHub, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Icon and text as GitHub, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. So create four buttons side by side with their side with icon and text with social media icon and text and respectively I will write using Tailwind classes. Let's see if it can create it. So this particular exercise I'm doing just to help you understand that you can also use ChatGPT, right, in order to work smartly and quickly. And if you don't know the Tailwind Next.js, then also you can use it. It has started writing the code. Let it write the code. Till then we will see how we can add title here. So what we have here is this app folder in which layout is there. Okay, here we can just customize our title. Let's say SagarMore.in official website. Okay, good. What about the favicon? I will add that as well. But let me write the description. So whatever information I have written in the about section, right? This information, the first paragraph. I will just copy this and I will ask ChatGPT to shorten it so that I can use it in the description. What it is still typing, I guess. Let's see. I will say continue generating. Why it stopped? I clicked on new chat and it went. Let's see, not an issue. Okay, it is there. See, what I can do is I will ask this to shorten it. So the description is being shortened. Shorten it more. This much is fine. I will write it in the description of layout section here. So on Google, this description will appear with this title. Okay, what about this? So we have this anchor tag, GitHub, and this stuff, right? I will copy this much only I will create it the other parts on my own. So this section, this image, and this is the paragraph, and just below the paragraph we have these for buttons. Let me close the div. Let me format the document. Okay. Okay, so there is one button for now. I will just copy paste this button 3 more times and see. Now we have 4 buttons ready here on the output. Now what we want is to change their text, right? And add icons. So here I will write GitHub is already added. I will say justify center. No, it should not be justify center. It should be at left like that. It can have margin. How much it would be? Let me check the design. The margin 20 is fine, I guess, or 15. Let's see. So I will write margin top 15. Actually, instead of 15, it should be 14 or 16 since it is the even number, right? It works like that. Okay, good. Yeah, this much of space is enough. Now, instead of that white text, I want that text to be black. Where is that white text coming from? So this is anchor tag, flex, center. Okay, background gray, that is fine. Let me write here the text in black and it will take it. Yeah, good. So instead of that GitHub, I will say Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Until then, I will ask ChatGPT to create those icons, right? Because we have not received those icons from the ChatGPT. And I don't want to include the entire font or some CSS in my project. So each individual icon is fine for me. Provide GitHub, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube SVG icons or code or icon code for above button. So the reason I mentioned above buttons is because I don't want the ChatGPT to provide me the big sized icons. It should understand I am talking in relation to what. So those icons should fit in the button, right? So it will provide me at that uh, aspect ratio only, or the height and width only. So this is a SVG for GitHub icon. It is writing. Let it write. It is taking some time. Okay, SVG for GitHub is ready. I will copy it and I will put it here in this place. Let's see if it works fine so that we can consider taking other icons. Is it even working? Do you see it is working? I don't think so. Okay, so we modified this second code. Let's modify this first code. This is not GitHub icon, or maybe no, that is not. Is this Twitter icon? Let's see. So it is Twitter, and this is SVG for Twitter. I hope so. It is. What happened to it? I will copy it manually. Oh, it is not yet stopped writing. Let it complete that. What is this code? Is it even going to work? Let's find out. I don't think so. So for Twitter, okay, that is not working. Okay, I will find some other code from somewhere else. Here we need icon, then here also, and here also. LinkedIn. YouTube. These are four buttons. Okay, and for icons, it is not appearing. Let's see if it gives alternate code. I will say SVG icon for GitHub. We need code, right? SVG icon code for GitHub. I don't want to maintain too much of images in my folder or project. That's why I'm looking for icons or the code directly. This much is fine. This icon looks good. Copy SVG code for that. Pricing. Just to get a icon. Fine. I don't want to continue with that. I will find it from somewhere else. No issues. Thank you. How they are using it. Okay. I can just copy the inspect element code for that, but I don't want to do that. Now Is this going to work? Let's try. Here is my SVG. Here is our output. Let's see if it works. It is working, guys. Nice. Now I wanted the icon for which one is the next? Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Let's write for Twitter. Fontawesomeicons.com. Okay, good. Twitter. There are so many icons. I'm going to get confused. Let's search. Fine, I got it. Here is the code. I can use that easily. Is it working? Let me see. Great. Now for LinkedIn and YouTube. You cannot just rely on ChatGPT, right? You have to find other ways as well. Okay, so here is our LinkedIn icon. Here I have pasted the code. Let's find the YouTube icon as well. Then we will see the output. LinkedIn is coming nice. Okay, so YouTube, where is that? Great, here it is. So this is YouTube icon. Okay, so let me bookmark this website. It is good. It is a good website. I will bookmark this as is. So I will remember you if it can provide YouTube icon, it can provide other icons as well. Okay, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, GitHub. Great. Now I will add the links to it. So I will say href. So what is the code for, what is the link for LinkedIn? So this is the link. Oh, I forgot HTTPS here. Okay, fine. So this is my handle for LinkedIn or the URL. So I will say for LinkedIn, this should be the URL. It should open a blank window. This is the code to open it in a blank window. And let's see if it works. LinkedIn, I clicked on it. Why it is not opening in a blank window? It is working correctly, but it should open it in a blank window, right? So target is equal to underscore blank. Yeah, it is correct. What happened to it? Maybe it is not yet refreshed. I can try again. Yeah, it is opening in a new tab. We don't have to worry. Now let's copy the GitHub link. Here it is. I will go here and put the GitHub link here, right target blank. The same thing I will be doing with Twitter and YouTube. So for Twitter, this is my profile URL. Okay, Twitter is done. Target equal to underscore blank. Now YouTube is remaining. So for YouTube, this is my channel URL, and I created it in such a way that whenever user clicks on it, if he is signed in on YouTube, they will see a confirmation box to subscribe to my channel. So you can click and subscribe, right? Try that. Okay, so YouTube is also working fine, LinkedIn is also working fine, Twitter is also working, I guess. Yep, it is working. And GitHub is should also work. Okay, fine. Now we are done with this section. Let's see its responsive view. Okay, these buttons should come side by side at least. If they are not supporting these four buttons in one screen, so what we can do, we can say flex wrap, and flex, let me see, flex wrap is going to fix it or not. Yeah, no, not really. On desktop it will not have any effect, but on mobile we need to correct it. So I will say, do we want it one by one? But it will create a lot of space. We don't need that. Four buttons should be fine, I guess. Or I have one idea. This text, right? I can just make that text in such a way that it will appear on desktop only, since it has a lot of space. But on mobile, md block, by default it will be hidden and block on desktop only, means mobile. Yeah, so icon is only coming, so great. And on desktop, it, yes, great, it will help me a lot here, because having four buttons side by side is also not what I am looking for. Okay, how it will look on desktop, it will not have any effect, but on mobile it is having effect. Good. The first button is little bit large. There is a difference. What is that? Let me find out. PC Gray 200 PX PY2. Okay. This SVG, if I delete that, the button is going to be small only. What if I just copy this SVG code put it in place of this SVG code. So I will be sure whether SVG is causing the issue. Yes, it is. SVG is the culprit here. So height, width 24, 24. Oh, it is 16, 16 for the next one. So I can make that 16 for the first icon as well. Let's see the output. Great. Okay, fine. Now these buttons are appearing correctly on mobile, and we can move it at center, justify center for mobile only. Okay, so I will write justify center, and on MD and above justify start. Let's see. Okay, it is at center on mobile, and on desktop it should be at left. Yes, it is. Fine. For now, I think I should take a break here, and in the next video I will create other sections as well. So for now, thanks for watching. Have a great time.